too fast. You got to make the morning last. Just kicking down the cobblestones, looking for fun and feeling groovy. Da-da-da-da-da-da, feeling groovy.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Hey, you! Yeah, you! Come here for a minute. I want to talk to you. Mama says you're brain dead. Bang your head against the wall.
Bang, 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 bang.
Can't find peace of mind. Brain needs an overhaul. Bonehead, brain dead. We're all the same. You can't think straight when your heart is in pain. Turn around, hit the ground. Time to lay a burden down.
The views expressed on this broadcast of the Take 12 Recovery Radio Show are those of the co-host and guest and do not necessarily reflect those of our affiliates. The topics and opinions on today's show should not be considered as medical, psychological, or professional advice. Take 12 Radio is not affiliated with any particular 12-step fellowship. And now, here's your host,
The man, the myth, the legend.
the Monty'man.
Psychological.
I'm telling you the truth, now I ain't gonna lie to you.
No.
Good guys, bad boys,
We're all the same. Saved by grace is the name of the game.
turn around, hit the ground, time to lay a burden down.
Welcome to the Take 12 Recovery Radio Show with Toni,
Good morning.
Marv,
Yes.
That's what he did earlier.
Chemtrails, Denver.
Oh, boy. Don't get me started.
I'm going to start calling you
Oh,
that.
my
Because
gosh.
I could run right now with that, right?
Chemtrails.
I'm telling you.
I am telling you what. I was telling Marv before the show, you know, we got like 4,000 friends on Facebook, right? And you can post some of the most meaningful, wonderful, uplifting things, and no one will respond.
Mm-hmm.
But post one word, chemtrails, and watch people just freak out.
Implode.
I mean, you don't.
I didn't get a chance to read any of those.
You really don't believe that stuff, do you? Oh, yeah, right. Sure. Blame the government for and not take responsibility for your own actions. Blah. And then watch these people fight. They stop arguing with me. They start fighting amongst themselves. It's great entertainment.
What do you call that? The hook?
Yeah, it's the hook.
You
I
throw
am
it out
telling
there,
you, man.
and it's boom. I get a bite.
It's right. It is so much fun.
It is.
Yeah, and they just character assassinate you. Well, I'll block you. Well, I'll block you. I'll block you first.
Oh, is that what the block comment was
Oh
about?
my gosh! That's
okay.
happened before. Yeah. So I also posted. I said something like, "Some days I'm just grateful for the block option on Facebook." And one guy posted. He goes, "Sometimes I'm just grateful to get blocked."
Hey, man. Amen.
Do horses make chemtrails, Marv?
I don't want to talk about it.
They make a trail.
They do indeed. They do indeed. So the topic this week is Easy Does It. So kind of like the song by Simon and Garfunkel. The version that we heard at the beginning of was actually sung by Harper's Bazaar. That was a music group. That was actually the name of the group.
Oh my God.
But Simon and Garfunkel wrote a song, and the opening statement is, "Slow down, you move too fast." So we're going to talk about that, about Easy Does It, kind of what that means, going off of a article, actually, that was in the Grapevine, AA's meeting in print from July 1948,
Oh, wow.
addressing this slogan, Easy Does It. And I mean, I remember the first time I ever saw that was on a bumper sticker. I was going down the freeway. I had never even attended a 12-step meeting back then, and it said Easy Does It. And I thought it was like, back off my bumper, sucker. I thought that's what they were kind of saying. I had no idea what it meant. So we're going to talk about that. But before we do that, we've got to do this.
Stop right there.
Okay.
It's time for Montyman's Weekly Wine.
It's the baby.
That's right.
The baby.
That's a new segment now.
So nothing really to whine about this week, except I did find out a little piece of information. You know that sleep aid that NyQuil puts out is called Z-Quil? Mm-hmm. Have you seen this, Denver? Z-Quil?
I don't use that stuff, but
All it is Benadryl.
Are you lying to me?
no, I'm not lying.
I figured if it come in a bottle, you probably tried it, right?
Oh,
Okay, I did that once, and that was nasty. Never again.
Well, have you seen Z-Quil, Marv?
I never heard of it.
Well, it's a sleep aid that comes in a bottle. Imagine that. I mean, it's nothing,
in a bottle.
nothing new, right?
In a bottle.
We're all familiar with sleep aids that come in a bottle. It's called Z-Quil, and it's not cheap. I mean, you can get the Walgreens brand or the Bi-Mart brand, whatever generic,
Right.
for about $3 less, but it can run up to $17 for a little bottle of this stuff.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, yeah, it's expensive.
You know what it is? It's Benadryl.
Yeah, it's all Benadryl.
That's all it is. And you can get the same amount in pill form, the generic Benadryl, for about $3 for a box of them.
Or you can go to Costco and get the
Or
big huge size.
get the big one, for about $12. That'll last you, months and months?
Yeah.
But people are
Maybe.
buying...
Maybe.
People are buying the maybe, right? People are buying the Z-Quil for $17. Walgreens on sale, I think it's $12.
It's expensive.
But it just speaks to the fact there's a lot of stuff like that. That the generic brands or the off brands, or they're disguised as one thing, but they're really the same as. So if you've been spending a lot of money on Z-Quil, I mean, first of all, if you're not taking Ambien or Lunesta, good. Those things are not healthy for you.
What is that?
They're sleep aids that are prescribed. They're prescription sleep aids.
And I hear you hallucinate off of them.
You can.
Ooh.
You can also sleep drive, sleep cook.
I can barely cook, let alone sleep cook.
Well, maybe you could. You'd actually
you'd be
good.
better. Yeah.
But no, people have walked out of their house and gotten hit by cars before
Yes.
under that stuff.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And it is very habit forming. You can get addicted to it. The Ambien and the Lunesta. Lunesta, I think.
Lunesta is it.
Ambien is worse. So the Z-Quil, not so bad, right? Unless, of course, you get the one.
You get the half gallon.
Well, you get the one that says 10% alcohol. I always look for that.
Of course,
Well, I
we
do.
have.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm you know,
No, you have to.
and I would love to say I'm looking for the one that isn't alcohol, but I kind of like looking for the one that says alcohol. Just kind of the way I'm made.
Yes.
I'm going, we won't be buying that one today. It comes
Amen.
with a shot glass and everything.
I know.
Yeah.
And you can get it after 2 a.m. in the morning.
Oh my God.
This world is crazy.
Yeah. So
I never used the shot glass. I just straight out of the bottle. Why
That's
dirty
why
a
we.
dish?
That's why we love.
Eliminate
That's why
the
we love.
middleman.
That's why we love you, Tony.
right?
Then I'd have to do dishes. Then I'd
Yeah.
probably sleep dishwash.
Sleep. That might be a good thing. I don't know. I would much rather have the dishes done when I wake up in the morning and not remember doing them.
It'd be wonderful
Yeah.
if that worked.
Look, honey, look at the clean kitchen. Oh my goodness! All right, so
You led us astray here.
so it's not really a whine. It's just that it's the marketing thing is you got to watch yourself. You can't end up spending a lot of money on stuff that you really don't need to, right?
Correct.
Like synthetic oil versus regular oil. Here's a trick about that. Synthetic oil is better for your vehicle than regular oil, but you have to be careful because sometimes, and they can legally do this, they can advertise this particular oil as synthetic oil when in actuality it's a blend. It's not all synthetic. All synthetic is very expensive. The blends are not as expensive, but they'll charge you the same price. I mean, just stuff like that goes on all the time. Just watch yourself, man.
The old vehicles I drive,
Just take home
They like the 1040.
Wesson oil,
They like the 1040.
right? Little cooking oil.
Some.
Yeah, there you go.
I have a small one.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so a few weeks ago, James buys this lighter, and it's like not just a regular like big lighter.
Right.
It's this massive like lighter.
Like
so,
a torch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the other day, I'm lighting my cigarette, and I burned the crap out of my thumb. It like literally, I saw it turn brown right away.
Really?
Yeah. Don't buy those lighters; they're dangerous.
I got a better idea.
Don't smoke. I know you're going to say that.
Did I say that?
No, that's Holy Spirit
But I
speaking
gave
right there.
I gave them the meanest glare, like, this is why I didn't want this.
Well, you're supposed to turn them down before you light them.
It was
right?
all the way down, and it was still like 10 feet long.
Ooh, that's kind of cool. I kind of like it.
What do you think? What do you think, Marv?
Okay, 2 inches
10
is like
feet.
10 feet when it's burning you.
10 feet.
It was like roasting my thumb like a marshmallow.
Should have seen the fish I got. It was 10 feet long.
It's a monster.
Monster fish.
So yeah, now I have a big welt.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's painful.
Quit touching lighters. All right.
Well, now that you've done the weekly wine, Montyman, we all want to hear something that's really positive and exciting and upbeat. And yippee! Zippity doodah!
That's right. A little zippity doodah, something positive and upbeat.
I like the music.
Okay, that's all. I don't really have anything positive to say.
That was it. Sorry, Heather.
Yeah, right. But no, actually, I do. So Wednesday, for those of you who are in this area, the second Recovery of the Park of the Year, which is being held in Lebanon, Oregon, 14 miles southeast, I guess you would say, of the studio.
East, yeah.
Recovery in the Park at River Park on, is it Park Street? I think it is Park Street.
Grant Street.
Grant Street, on Grant Street. Yeah, Grant Street in Lebanon at River Park. Down by the river, there's a park that you can park at. And go hang out.
There's plenty of parking.
Yeah,
also.
there's parking at the park.
Amen.
So there's going to be music and food and T-shirts and food and music and some T-shirts and food. And a lot of recovery people. And Tape 12 Radio's booth will be down there. Come by and say hi. That starts at 5:30 at River Park in Lebanon, Oregon. So that's kind of a win. Here's another one. I have some new fish in my tank. See the little tiny guys? You see them over there?
Isn't the big guy going to eat them?
No, the pleco, he won't eat them. He just eats algae.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then they're safe.
No, but I got 12 new white clouds. That's what they're called. They're called white clouds because they like to hang out at the top of the water, kind of be like clouds.
Clouds.
Yeah. Except for I put this pump thing in there that shoots a large stream of water, right? And they keep trying to go to the top. And it keeps pushing them. It just pushes them right out of the way. And they love to play. They love to because they live in mountain streams, so they love to play and be pushed back and play and push back. So anyway, that's kind of a win.
You need to take video of that because that's really kind of cool to watch.
It is cool to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're having a blast.
They are having a blast. So the fish are happy.
That is a win.
Yeah,
That's quite the win.
it's okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll be back right after this. After this message with some great trivia.
Oh boy,
from BuzzFeed.com.
Oh my God, this I'm not.
All right, so don't go away. Don't you dare move.
Looking for fun and feeling groovy. Groovy. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Feeling groovy.
When you're a prisoner.
Wait, what? It's almost time. It sure is for the 7th Annual Hope Fest, Arizona. Saturday, September 29th from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. in the Yavapai County Courthouse Plaza in beautiful downtown Prescott, Arizona. Live music, local and national recording artists, guest speakers, free family fun zone, car and motorcycle show, the Hopesters Community Resource Fair, food vendors, and so much more. And headlining the music this year, it's Selah. That's the 7th Annual Hope Fest, Arizona, Saturday, September 29th from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Visit www.hopefestaz.com.
Slow down, you move too fast. You got to make the morning.
Just when you thought the madness was over, here's more with Toni, Denver, Marv, and the Monty'man.
Where'd that come from?
Yeah, who is that?
That was my son Cameron.
That was Cam?
Yeah.
It did not sound like him
Yeah,
at all.
that was Cameron. He was in the studio yesterday.
Aw.
Doing voiceover work for me, and spent the day with us. That was a win.
That was a win. There you
that
go.
was really cool. Yeah, went to church with us and
he went to the life group with you too.
And life group. Yeah, we did pictures. There was only one thing missing at life group.
Tell me.
I knew you were going to look at me.
No, I was.
Oh, okay.
Chocolate chip cookies. I was thinking.
Oh, okay.
Oh man,
we don't care if you show up or not. No.
Throwing up and hot flashes do not work together.
Toni was not at life group. She was well missed, but she was feeling under the weather.
Yeah.
You're feeling better
chip
today.
Cookies.
A little bit.
A little bit better today. Yeah, but no, there was some great macadamia nut coconut weirdness that was there that was just amazing.
Were those the bars?
No, it was a cookie that Glenna made.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
One of our students made peanut butter cookies, and they were delightful.
Yeah, peanut butter cookies are a trip because they're either come out really bad, which usually means burnt.
Yeah, that's how they end up.
Or
burnt.
really good. Yeah. Yeah, awesome.
He did a good job on it.
Good deal. Okay, so here's the trivia according to BuzzFeed.com. I just kind of like that website name. BuzzFeed. If you get it wrong, you get the fluff machine, and if you get it right, you get a bell. So here we go. Some useless trivia just for your portfolio.
Excellent.
And Marv just yawns. He's like, yeah, wake me when
Let's
it's
go.
over. All right, number one, the song most baby boomers know as Feeling Groovy, which we played clips from it, is not the actual name of the song. The name of the song is, and here are your choices. A, Slow Down. B, the 59th Street Bridge Song. Or C, A Walk in Central Park. What do you think, Marv? You remember that? You remember that song?
I remember
Marv?
the song, yeah, but okay. I'll go with Slow Down.
Slow Down?
Even though I have no clue.
I know.
Okay.
Either.
Johnny, what do you think? Slow Down, the 59th Street Bridge Song, or A Walk in Central Park?
I'm going to go with the second one just because it sounds weird.
59th Street Bridge Song? Okay. Denver?
I'm probably.
I'm going to go with 3.
A Walk in Central Park?
ABC.
Yeah.
Well, Marvin Denver would be wrong.
Oh my God, I was right.
Tony's correct.
I wasn't even alive then.
Yeah, the 59th Street Bridge Song is a song by folk music duo Simon and Garfunkel appearing on their 1966 album, Parsley, Sage, Rosemary, and Thyme. 59th Street Bridge is the other name of the Queensboro Bridge in New York City. The song's message is immediately delivered in its opening verse, Slow down, you move too fast. There you go. Little trivia for you. All right, number 2. At the close of every concert, when Elvis Presley left the stage, the MC would announce,
Oh, boy.
Elvis has left the building. Why did he say this? And here's your choices. A, to make fans think that he actually left the venue and there would be no reason to gather in the back door to try and get glimpses of Elvis or autographs. B, Elvis never performed a single encore, so when he left, he wasn't coming back. Or C, it was just a slogan that his manager started and it caught on. What do you think, Marv?
I'm so glad he picks on you first.
I know.
I love it.
A.
A, to make fans think he was actually gone so they wouldn't bother him. Okay, what do you think, Toni? A, or Elvis never performed a single encore, or it's just a slogan?
I think I read somewhere where he never did a single encore, so I'm going to
Okay.
go with that one.
What do you think, Denver?
I'm not an Elvis fan, so
I never was either, actually.
Yeah, this is difficult for me.
Okay.
I hoped he never performed another encore.
You guys are right.
Yeah,
He never performed an encore, and he wasn't coming back.
he wasn't coming
Nope,
back.
no,
He left
he left.
He left the
Yeah.
building.
on his horse.
So sorry, Marv. Okay, number 3.
It's all right. I can take it.
You can't. Yeah,
We can take that.
When Ian Fleming, the author, was writing his now famous spy stories, he wanted to give the main character the most boring name possible. What was the name? And here's your choices: Jim, Frank, or David.
None of those are spy
Where
names.
did you come up with this trivia?
Okay, so think about this for a minute.
All right.
Right? When Ian Fleming was writing his now famous spy stories, he wanted to give the main character the most boring name. Was it Jim, Frank, or David?
Oh, I got this.
What do you think, Marv?
Most of the stuff just goes over.
I
my
know.
head. Jim. I'm going to go for Jim.
You gonna go Jim?
I'm going to go Jim, too.
Okay. You
That's
gonna
a
go
very
Jim,
boring
too?
name.
Spy versus spy. I'm going with David.
Really?
Yeah,
Your final answer?
David.
Okay, it was indeed not David.
Oh.
Aw.
You guys are correct. It was
Yes.
Jim or
High five.
James.
James, you got a boring name.
James.
Sorry, James.
Sorry,
Or
James.
better known as Bond. James Bond.
Oh, don't give him that ego trip right there.
No, but that's who
Oh, okay.
Ian Fleming was writing about, was James Bond. Okay, Jimmy Carter was the first president to be born where?
Oh, Lord.
On a boat, at a hospital, or in a car? What do you think, Denver?
In a peanut gallery.
Yeah, right.
The 3 again, please.
He was the first president to be born on a boat, at a hospital, or in a car.
Jeez, I hope a car.
Yeah, what do you think, Tony?
Well, I know he died in a car. Was it? Yeah, but I
did
say
he?
in a car.
He didn't die in a car?
No, he's still alive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was Kennedy.
I was gonna say. Sorry.
That was Hank 3 for me. Thank
Sorry,
you.
Jimmy.
Jimmy's dead.
I believe he was dead there for a minute.
Marv was like, nope,
he's not dead.
I got this.
Where was he born?
I'm
Marv?
gonna say a boat.
Okay. What? And you said a car.
Yeah.
And you said what?
I said a car.
You said a car. Sorry, folks. He was the first president actually born in a hospital. Yeah.
So, wait a minute. Where has all the others
I was going to ask that.
been born?
I don't know.
Dishpan. My brother was
Isn't that-
born in a dishpan
Really?
on the way to the hospital. Or bedpan.
I really got to videotape you sometimes. Because you're funny.
Quick, Frank! Quick, Frank! Grab the dishpan. We're going to the hospital.
Well, the best part is they actually just got parked in the hospital parking lot.
Really? Wow.
Didn't quite make it.
No.
They were all on Ambien. They were all on Ambien. They were sleep delivering. All right. All right, here's your last one. How many ridges are there on the edge of a quarter?
Oh.
48, 79, or 119? Marv?
119. I don't know.
Tony?
I think it is 119. Who counts them anyways?
The ridge counter.
Somebody really bored.
On Ambien.
70-something.
79?
Yeah.
The people that count them are from BuzzFeed.com.
Apparently.
Okay, so if you said 119, you would be correct.
Woo-hoo.
Oh, boy.
119.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta go counting, I guess.
Just mark the one you started with.
So why do we do this stuff for the first half of the show? Because we believe in having fun and recovery. If we can't have fun,
We need that.
I'm telling you, man. I am okay. I'm not going to mention any names, but I've listened to some recovery podcasts. Some of them are really good.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are, well, today I live one day at a time.
Oh, howdy. Howdy.
Oh, and I didn't take a drink. Oh, wait, or was it a drug? Today.
They were on something then when they made that show.
I don't. Do you got something for that? I mean, I'm telling you, I'm listening to some of these, and I'm like, Wow. I mean, I appreciate your heart and everything else, but you're not having any fun.
Pretty dry.
Yeah.
Pretty
You're not
dry.
having any fun. I just saw this. Bing! A shout out to the folks at Recovery 101. Those guys, they have a lot of fun. Bruce and Shelley, and they're in Tombstone, Arizona now. They moved from Southern California. Hi, Bruce and Shelley. They have a lot of fun. There's a new one called Recovery 102 podcast. A couple of gals. They have a lot of fun. There's a bunch of them out there. So join the fun. Jump on board.
Amen.
All right. So there's trivia for this one. Yes.
All right, everybody. It's time for some extremely intense Take 12 trivia.
Now, wait a minute. Didn't we just do Take 12 trivia?
I think Cecil got in the Ambien.
I mean, really powerful. I mean, really intense.
I hope you don't dub this part over.
Brought to you by the 12-Step Gazette,
We have
that
to include them.
award-winning recovery magazine that you can read by visiting 12stepgazette.com. Now take it away for some intense trivia with the Monty'man. Not really, it's not intense and all. I'm just joking around.
Okay. Well, here's some trivia.
This is why I show up. You understand? I didn't feel like getting up this morning. I really don't, but this is why I show up.
Here's a piece of trivia for you. There. Did you like it? All right, so that does it for Take 12 trivia for this week.
Reminds me of the IMAX theater.
Serious time here.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. All right. So the topic is Easy Does It. So if you've ever wondered where that bumper sticker originated, I wonder too. I'm not so sure. I don't know if it was an AA thing. I know that's the first association I ever had with the bumper sticker Easy Does It. And it's usually written in Old English letters. And it's also on the wall in most AA meetings. But here's an article from the Grapevine, which is called AA's Meeting in Print from July 1948. It says, one of the most useful of the sayings that has been adapted in AA is that which advises easy does it. So universally workable is this good advice that it qualifies as the expression of one of the fundamental steps in personal rehabilitation. If this particular saying is applied sincerely, it will greatly ease the path of the newcomer in AA, avert slips, and further the development of a mature life both inside and outside of AA. Axioms are only words in themselves, of course, and the phraseology has become trite in many cases. Pseudo-intellectuals are especially scornful of old sayings, and even less snobbish observers may overlook the worth to be found in the meaning behind the words. What it means, according to this article, is it means relax. For example, easy does it means to relax because don't fret and worry and stew and struggle. Take it easy. Welcome. Everyone who has an intimate knowledge of the alcoholic will agree that one of the first things he or she needs to do is to relax, not only in the early stages of AA, but forever after and a day. Easy does it applies to no matter how long one has been in AA, and in fact it is essential to continue progress in AA and to a return to normal living outside of AA. Physical realization has long been identified as a characteristic of great athletes. The fastest of swimmers relax and eat with each stroke. In football, the relaxed player is less prone to fumbles and injuries. The great runners have a relaxed stride even when they are driving the hardest. Relaxation frees the intellectual, the emotional, and even the spiritual functioning of the personality no less than it loosens the muscles of the body. Easy does it for the newcomer during those first early days of confusion, fear, and doubt. If instead of worrying and tensing up because he does not grasp the whole AA program at the first setting, if he will relax, he will find that the emotional understanding as well as the intellectual understanding of AA philosophy will come along much more readily. Fortunately, this is a saying which can be tested easily. It does not have to be accepted on faith alone. Anyone can find out for himself whether it works, simply by trying it himself. Suppose a problem has arisen. Suppose it is the old urge to reach for the bottle. Or suppose the problem is one of those byproducts of alcoholism which continue to come up long after the urge to drink is gone. The reaction of the alcoholic and of more than a few non-alcoholics is to fight the problem, to worry about it, to get into the stew. The tension begins to mount. Emotion runs wild. Self-control is slipping rapidly. That's the usual sequence. It can be broken if in the midst of it, the victim sits way back physically and mentally and relaxes. First, he must relax his muscles because that's the easiest to do. Then he must relax his mind by directing his thoughts to pleasant subjects, to a reminder that others have succeeded and so can he, to mental pictures of peace and success. If he will but direct his mind away from the problem, he will find a new source of strength rising up within him. At least that is the way it has worked and still works for others. The individual who has learned how to relax has already advanced a long way towards happiness and success. Relax and enjoy AA. Relax and enjoy life. Easy does it. Easy does it. If you don't believe it, try it. So that's from the Grapevine article in July 1948 called Easy Does It, one of AA's most workable and useful sayings. And there's a lot of platitudes in Alcoholics Anonymous, as there is in other 12-step fellowships. Well, I'm not going to list them, but there's just a ton of them on the wall. Mm-hmm. Easy Does It is one of the most popular ones. So there are some people that believe that as soon as a newcomer walks in the door, we should be bombarding them with all these different methods and the big book. And Marv kind of alluded to it last week. You know, this is the way this is done. And if you don't do it, then, you know, get out and that kind of thing. We've heard people talk like that. But is it important to maybe not pat them on the butt, but maybe be a little more gentler with the person who's been chewed up and spit out by life that walked in the door for the first time? What do you guys think?
Well, I know I was overwhelmed when I first went in there. So,
were you?
Oh, yeah. So if people came up to me like that, I'd be like, whoa, hold on. A, I don't even know you yet. And B, I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
Hey, I don't know you.
Thanks for the advice, and I'll probably take it. But, you know, my first few meetings, I didn't hear a darn thing anyways.
You were just there.
I was just there.
So it was just a miracle that you were there, just in body anyway, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a catch-20. It's like a double-edged sword. If you get bombarded, some people are okay with that, and some I can't talk today, and some people aren't.
Yeah.
I think to each their own, kind of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so some people may be ready to start out, you know, come out of the starting gate running. Mm-hmm. And some people aren't even sure why they're there. They're just glad they're not at the bar and they're someplace safe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I think that sometimes some people would assume that if we go easy on the newcomer that we might do them harm. Mm-hmm. And other people would think that if we go hard on the newcomer, we might do them harm. Mm-hmm. Is there a balance? Is there someplace in between there? I know that when I came in, and I've said this before, if I heard shut up and sit down, you have nothing to say, I'd already been chewed up and spit out. I didn't need that, you know, from a place that's supposed to be safe. Everybody's telling me you need to go to this meeting. It's a safe place to go. People will welcome you, and then to be treated like you're the plague or something, I wouldn't have stayed.
Yeah.
Your thoughts, Denver?
Easy does it. When I walked into a meeting, I've been to a couple 5 where I didn't feel comfortable because they were old timers, or at least
ratchety old timers,
or at least they thought they was. I don't know.
Pseudo,
but they were hard on me, and that really turned me away. You know, I didn't need to hear that. I've already abused myself mentally before I got there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've been worried and sick about everything in life. But I've walked into other meetings where I could just feel comfortable.
Welcoming.
Yeah. You know, it was a nice atmosphere. So, easy does it to me. You ought to go easy on people because you don't know where they come from.
Right. You don't know them at all.
They may come in abused so bad that a little bit of harshness send them south and right back out onto the streets drinking.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. What's your take, Marv?
My take is, how do you do easy does it if you have nothing substantial to back that up with? How do you do that?
That's interesting.
Ooh.
So
expand
on
that. While you were reading that thing,
it
occurred to me that whole thing, nothing was said about a higher power in
that
whole
wasn't.
article. And to me, I couldn't even come close to easy does it, quote unquote, until I came to believe in a power greater than myself.
Interesting. So you weren't able to relax. You weren't able to because you.
I still have a hard time relaxing.
Yeah.
Amen.
In case anybody hasn't ever noticed.
Amen.
No, but
it is interesting that the author of this article entitled "Easy Does It" never does mention even. Maybe pray that your higher power would give you a calm or anything. There is no mention of that in here. That is a very good point. Yeah, I got to tell you, without God in my life, I don't know that I would be able to take it easy on myself when I need to.
That's what I'm alluding to.
Yeah. Do you think that we're too hard on the newcomers sometimes?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of, tongue in cheek in this thing because there, aside from the, we want people to get it, but at the same time, there's this underlying thing about Rule 62, don't take yourself too serious.
Right.
But yet these people are coming in there damn near ready to die.
Which is very serious.
Some of them do. And so there's a balance that has to be reached, I think.
Yeah.
And I stick by what I said last week, too. Everybody's not going to do it the same.
Right.
So there you go again, the kind of this cloudy stuff. But, if you're a member of AA or whatever and you have a higher power and you're sincere in heart about what you're doing, then press forward. I don't know what else to say about
Press forward.
Yeah.
So that statement, putting one foot in front of the other, sometimes they're just little tiny baby steps, and that's got to be okay.
That's what we have to do.
Right? Sometimes they're huge strides. I mean, I know in my process of working the steps, there were some areas where I was able to move pretty quickly, and there were other areas that, it was rough.
Right.
And I didn't need somebody yelling at me. Mm-hmm. I didn't need somebody calling me a Jesus freak. I didn't need somebody telling me I was a worthless agnostic, or if you don't believe in the God I believe in, you're going to go out and drink. None of those things would have been helpful. But I did need somebody to come alongside me and, in some cases, be very serious about my situation. Again, sometimes firm but never harsh. And that happened a couple
is
times.
Serious.
It is serious because it's your life. You could die tomorrow if you don't experience, a change. You could die. And I know that. So one of these guys that comments, and no matter what you say, it's wrong kind of thing, said not. He said not. When I said easy does it, he goes, not. It's die. Do it easy. In other words, if you're easy does it, you're probably going to die. So, you don't want to do it easy. That means die. Okay, well, that's clever and cute and everything. But it's kind of you got to kind of juggle it. I mean, if you've been in recovery for a long time and you've had a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps and you develop a relationship with God and all, if that is us, we kind of have a responsibility to kind of learn how to treat people. And I don't see anywhere in the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous or the basic text of Narcotics Anonymous or in the step working guides of Celebrate Recovery or any of those that talks about beating people up. I just don't see that. But I do see things that allude to you need to get this, you need to start on this stuff. You need to be moving. And I think if somebody had come up to me and said, let's start working the steps the day that I first walked in the rooms, I'd have been very confused. I don't know that I could have done that. But I certainly didn't need people leaving me alone.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a tricky thing. And I think when I see Easy Does It today, I kind of hear Denver's voice. Settle down. Because sometimes I think we can get upset and we can start freaking out about stuff. And we just need to hear that still small voice. Settle down. Slow down. Now, I am not one who believes that you can take 10 years working on step 4. I'm sorry.
On your laurels.
Right. But sometimes I think it's good advice. Slow down. You're moving too fast. Because like in the 4th step, it talks about the word thorough. I can't do something thoroughly and just zip through it.
Impulsively. We
Right.
can't do that.
Right.
You've got to settle down and take your time.
Yeah.
Think about it. All right? Let the Lord dwell on your heart. Let the Holy Spirit come into your life and just dwell on it.
In fact, I think
he's going to work with you.
In step 5, after you've done your 5th step, it talks about going back and reviewing what you've just done. See if you've missed anything. It's that thoroughness again. So slow down. I know a guy right now, bless his heart, he's a great guy, but he moves fast with everything. And if
I know a handful of them.
Right.
If he's trying to repair something, it ends up getting broke because he's moving too fast. He knows a lot about how to fix stuff and build stuff and all that, but he's just so hyper. And we got to tell him, slow down, brother. Take a breath. Slow down. But he's so intent on getting it done. And I know that we can be that way in our recovery sometimes. I mean, I've sponsored guys that, man, they want to go out and make amends the second day they're in the program. Because the light went on, man, I really screwed this up. I got to go fix this now. Easy does it. Slow down.
And that's hard.
It is.
When you get excited in recovery,
right.
you want to get it done now because you realize there's amends to be made, whatever you got going on here. But seriously, it doesn't work that way. I know.
So, Marvin, working with horses, you can't push them, right?
Oh, no. Horses are very sensitive.
Yeah.
You bet.
They're smarter than us often.
And they communicate by body language, a lot of it, most of it. So whatever the trainer's doing in the process, say you're starting a 2-year-old colt.
Right.
And, they pick up on your body. They pick up they're so sensitive that they can tell if you're angry or
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah, they can.
Yeah. So I've watched movies where they're training horses, and one of the things that I've heard over and over again is they'll say, if you're relaxed, the horse will be relaxed. If you're anxious, the horse is going to be anxious. Is that true? They'll pick up on it and kind of.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
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 That's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So you know, and somebody's probably going, well, yeah, but we're not horses. Well,
We're asses.
yeah, we're right.
I'll tell you what, though, a
Sorry.
lot of what I know about
Edit that if you need.
a lot of what I know about life came from a horse.
From working with horses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's not the first time I've heard that.
Yeah, you've alluded to that before, and I think it's there's a lot of wisdom there. Horses won't lie to you, right, Marv? You've said that before.
Horses don't lie.
Yeah, yeah,
We have our own horse whisperer.
we do.
Oh.
What's a horse whisper sound like, Marv? I don't know.
That was good.
Well, and you know, and you got to wonder, you know, maybe we could learn a little bit from some of our animal friends. You know.
Oh, I reckon so.
I don't know if you could learn anything from Nevaeh. That'd be a tough one.
There's a song by a guy named Freebo, and we played his music here before. He's a recovery recording artist, and one of his songs is about one of his dogs, and it's entitled "To Be More Like You." And you know, the dog is non-judgmental. The dog, you know, shows affection and is very protective of him. And I mean, if I could just settle down and be more like you, wouldn't it be better? You know. And I think we're so quick to just fix everything, and then we want to fix everybody. I can tell you how many meetings I've been in where there's a lot of fixing going on. You know, it's like bring your alcoholic friend and all the fixes. And so maybe we just need to take it a little easy.
Settle down.
Easy doesn't mean do nothing. It doesn't mean put off the work. It just means maybe you need to calm down a little bit.
We can't put it off.
Well, no, we can't.
I mean, it's part of recovery.
Right.
But we don't have to get so fast that it has to be done today. You know, it's not going to happen today. It took a long time to get broken. We've been at it a long time.
A very long time.
So, yeah, and we don't need to get so busy that we have to have it done today. It's recovery, I believe is the word we use.
Right.
It's recovery. It takes a while.
That makes total sense, too, because there's been a couple times this last year I've had to, like, pull back for a week, be like, whoa, I'm overloading myself. I mean, which avenue do I want to go down? Mm-hmm. And I think it's healthy to do that sometimes, like, reevaluate.
We have to watch that.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
Because I can be go, and then I can be like, what happened? How did all this happen?
Yeah, there's that red light again.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I think a lot of times, too, I don't know if people even think of this way at all, but if you're in a big hurry, then you're going to experience a lot of half-truth, innuendo, and supposition.
Oh, boy.
Because you're in a hurry. And a lot of this stuff, at least it seems like for me, especially in the age I'm at now,
right,
is this stuff that needs to be recovered is revealed to me by God. And if I'm in a hurry, I don't hear it. I don't
you could
see
miss
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so...
True enough. That is, yeah. So if we're getting ahead of ourselves, we're gonna.
It's like Denver said. I mean, you got to do it,
right?
You know, but then there's no what do you call it, stopwatch?
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
we in the car trade, I used to say, you want it bad, you get it bad.
Yeah, the worse you want it, the worse you're gonna get.
And if you want it good, let's do it good, all right? But if you want it bad, it'll be bad. It'll be fast. And it didn't work.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Out of both sides of our neck, sometimes we'll talk within the rooms of recovery. We'll say, you got to do this. You got to get this done now.
Mm-hmm.
You got to do this now. There's no messing around. You're going to do these steps. Back in the old days, they did the steps in 3 days, and you got to get this done now. And then at the other side of our neck, we'll say, this is a lifelong process. well, which is it, dude? Maybe it's a little of both, but it definitely...
It is a lot of both.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. You got to, like I said, move forward, but do not get in a hurry on this thing, because you'll find yourself at a red light again.
Mm-hmm.
So I posted this, probably not going to get this word for word right. I posted this on Facebook the other day that those of us who are believers and followers of God, we're in this process of sanctification and discipleship. And it's a lifelong process. Sanctification meaning we're changing all the time. We're becoming more and more Christ-like. And discipleship is that people are coming around us, helping us through this process. And for us, we call that recovery.
Mm-hmm.
We're in this process. And I have said before that if I'm not in the hospital and I've recovered from my illness, I'm not in recovery, I've recovered.
Mm-hmm.
And that, though that is true, I have recovered from a seemingly hopeless state of mind and body. But I don't know about you guys, I'm still a recovering sinner. I'm recovering from my sin nature on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I just need to slow down and not be in such a hurry to fix everything. Because if I do rush it, it's like baking a cake, right? I mean, if you skip steps or you rush it,
turn the oven up,
your fluffy cake's going to come out like a lead balloon. And nobody's going to want that. Least of all you. So take some time sometimes.
Amen.
And you know what? You don't always have to be in recovery mode. What I mean by that is you don't have to always be in AA or NA or CR 12-step-ology mode.
Mm-hmm.
You could talk about other things. What do you like to do? Do you like to bowl? Do you like cars? Do you like to collect sticks and rocks? Right, Denver?
You know what? I shared with a couple of students today, before I got here, that I get up early at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm restless right now. I'm busy, busy in my head, but nonetheless, I get up and there's a white owl that shows up about 4:30 at the center.
Yeah,
flies through.
Wow,
doing his thing, and I think that is so spectacular. It's a quiet moment. There's no, other sounds other than his wings.
What a neat thing to witness.
Oh, wow.
I know. It's wonderful.
That is crazy.
It's beautiful. I wish I could capture it on film, but...
And you're not going, what step does that owl remind me of?
Yeah.
That's step 12.
And if you listen, the bats are busy. They're collecting bugs and
Wait, don't they bite?
Bats don't bite.
Well,
most of us.
I'm scared of bats.
Oh, wait a minute. I said us.
There he goes in vampire mode.
Jesus.
But nonetheless, it's just if you can take a little quiet time to reflect upon how wonderful your life is getting in recovery. I mean, take a moment. Enjoy it. Don't get busy.
Yeah, so one of the reasons that we get clean and sober, one of the reasons that we get into this thing called recovery is to become productive members of society and to enjoy society, to enjoy our world, to enjoy the things God's created for us to enjoy. And if you're in a meeting 5 times a day and you've been in recovery for 12, 13, 14 years and you don't do anything but go to meetings?
You need to get out and hear a bird.
Yeah, really?
Or a bat.
And let me say
or
that,
a bat.
And not just recovery people, but anybody. If everything you do is surrounded around one thing, you're missing out. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in life to go on. You know, when you're early in it, I totally get it, and it's vital. But that's just my opinion. Some people, that's all they want out of life. Is they want their Rotary Club or their Scout meeting or their AA meeting, and that's all you want.
And that's important.
More power to you.
Yes.
But man, I want to experience the things I missed when I was so inebriated I couldn't even see them. You know, I love going to concerts now, sober. I mean, I can listen to the different instruments, I appreciate the voices more and all that kind of thing, or listening to a good motivational speaker without being hungover. You know, I used to go to these sales meetings that had motivational speakers when I was in sales. I was drunk all weekend, and then Monday came along, we had to go to a motivational thing.
Like, oh my God.
I missed it all. I mean, there's so many wonderful things that, you know, but you gotta slow down. You know, smell the coffee that you're brewing.
Take a moment.
Right?
Take a moment.
Play with your mittens.
Play with your mittens.
Play with the mittens.
Your little kitten mittens.
My little kitten mittens.
Right?
Oh, God, 5 of them, too. They're getting so big.
So, I have a dog. Marv had horses. You've got cats and a dog. You, Denver, have students.
No, he has bats.
Oh, bats and
And
owls.
owls.
I have many things.
Oh, Lord.
All right.
I have a dog.
You have a dog?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
What kind of dog is it?
Australian Shepherd.
Ooh, those are good
Nice.
dogs.
Of course, a
Her name
cowboy
is-
would have an
Yeah,
Australian
it's
Shepherd.
an
Yeah.
Aussie.
Her name is Maggie.
Maggie.
That is adorable.
Oh, cool. How old
We
is
all-
Maggie?
She's 11 this year, I
Yeah?
believe.
Yeah, it's almost the same age
That's a
as...
fair age.
Starting
Yeah.
to get up there.
Yeah,
That's
Nala's
a fair
12.
age.
Yeah, yeah, cool.
Well,
We need a puppy bat play date.
well,
No.
That'd probably be a horrible idea. Bring a student.
Any closing
I'll
thoughts?
bring a student.
I'm just wondering if Denver is relating along with Harry Potter or something.
Oh, God.
Bats and owls and
It's all magic.
I see.
Yeah.
Denver's losing his teeth because God doesn't want him to bite people anymore.
Trust me, I'm getting new chompers. They might be stainless.
Oh, God.
Ooh, like the guy in the James Bond movies, right? Jaws.
Oh, I
Or you
don't.
could get vampire fangs. You could have them make them like that.
Ew.
I know.
Wouldn't that be cool?
I'm trying to retire.
We've lost our minds. All right. So whether you believe in chemtrails or you don't believe in chemtrails,
They're real.
slow down. You might be moving a little too fast.
Amen. Slow down.
Our closing song is called A Good Day by Leah Martinson. Check it out.
This day is fresh and new. There's hope on the horizon and skies are blue. This day's a gift from you. And I finally see that, yeah, this day
recording artist Leah Martinson with her song, A Good Day. For more of her music, visit www.leahmartinson.com or click on the link at take12radio.com to visit her website. Hey, listen, maybe you need to slow down a little bit. Smell the coffee. Smell the roses. You know, take it easy. Easy does it. Until our next broadcast, this is the Monty'man along with the Take 12 Recovery Radio family, and we are wishing God's perfect serenity for you. Bye-bye now.
Good guys, bad boys, we're all the same. Saved by grace is the name of the game. Turn around, hit the ground, time to lay a burden down.
This has been a broadcast of KHLT Recovery Broadcasting.
She's a super cat, she's super kitty, meow.
Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Meow.